I noticed that my mum and dad
were different. This is how it was.
I go to the teeth.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Front door. And I noticed that the toothbrush, it's a little toothbrush. It's a little bit wobbly. I wonder if it would bend.
Bendy.
Bendy, 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 yeah. Bendy, 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 bendy. Oh no! I've broken it. Oh no! I'm going to get into trouble now. I'll stick it back.
No, it doesn't work. No.
Oh no! I'll make up a story. Yeah, I'll go into the kitchen and I'll go up to Mum and I'll go.
Hi, Mum. I was just in the bathroom and I was cleaning my teeth really hard and
The toothbrush broke.
Yes, that's it.
So I go into the kitchen and there's Mum and I say,
Hi, Mum. I was just in the bathroom and I was cleaning my teeth really hard and
the toothbrush broke. And Mum looked at the toothbrush and she said,
Oh, don't worry. It's only a toothbrush. It's no big deal. We'll get another one tomorrow.
You see how she was? You see how nice she was?
But a few minutes later, my dad comes in. He breezes in and he says,
Hi everybody, anything happened today?
We go, no, nothing much.
she said, oh, come on, something must have happened.
We go, no, it's blue, still skies. He says, oh look, come on, just tell me something, what happened? And my mum, she says,
Oh, yes, something funny did happen. Michael's just told me that he went to the bathroom and he was cleaning his teeth so hard, the toothbrush broke.
and my dad goes,
Cleaning your teeth so hard the toothbrush broke.
Cleaning your teeth so hard, the toothbrush broke.
I've never heard of anybody cleaning their teeth so hard the toothbrush broke. Michael, would you just come over here, come and tell me about it? Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Yes, like Mum says, I was cleaning my teeth and I noticed it was just, kind of a little bit wobbly.
Wobbly? He says wobbly? How do you mean wobbly?
Yeah, like I'm saying, and I just wondered if maybe, it might be just a little bit kind of bendy.
He says, what's that you're doing with your hands?
Like I'm saying, a little bit kind of bendy.
He says, I'm beginning to get the picture. Oh, yes. Bendy, bendy, bendy.
you see that he's got it out of me. He's taken exactly what happened. And then he remembered it. He remembered and remembered and remembered, so the next time I remembered, he could remind me of the bad. It was as if he had written it down in a book. Michael's big book of things. Michael's big book of things. My dad had Michael's big book of things, page 1, because on page 1 it said,
Oh, yes.
like the time you threw your mother out of the window. It was her. Now, I know that's sad, but I was only 2. I must have seen the mother on the floor, toddled over, picked her up and gone, whee, and it went flying out the window.
Only I forgot to tell you.
We lived in a street where it was never found again. And something else. My mum and dad could speak another language. It's a language that some Jewish people speak. It's called Yiddish. And my dad didn't say the English word, grandmother. He said the Yiddish word. And that made it sound all kind of
ancient and traditional.
So my dad says, oh yes, like the time you threw your mother's best ring out of the window. It was her.
Bubbas.
Bubbas. It felt like the room filled up with bubbas, hundreds of them, and they were all crowding round me going, bubbas, 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 bubbas.
So what happens the next time I get into trouble?
It's bedtime. Now, I had a problem with bedtime. I couldn't hear the word bed. So when my mum said,
Michael, it's time for bed.
All I could hear was,
Michael, it's time for...
or if she said,
Michael, it's bedtime.
all I could hear was,
Michael, it's...
Time.
so there we are, sitting on the sofa, and we're watching telly.
Why do people look like that when they watch telly?
We're sitting there, and Mum says, Michael, it's time for bed. And I go, Michael, it's bedtime.
Michael, I'm talking to you. It's time for bed.
All right, no need to shout.
Blimey.
And I get up, and I go round, and then when I'm behind the sofa, I think, if I'm really here, she won't know I'm here. So I stop breathing. And she says,
Michael, I know you're there.
and I go,
I'm not.
and she says,
What are you talking about? You're standing there in the middle of the room saying you're not there. You must be there to be saying you're not there. You take me for stupid. Rid.
And I think I could now go, and then I could pretend to be going upstairs by making that stamp, stamp, stamp thing on the floor. So I go out of the room and I go. But what I don't realise is she's coming up behind me and she's over me going,
What are you doing now?
I go, oh, right, Mum, yeah, I'm just going upstairs. No, actually.
and she says,
Go upstairs, wash your face, clean your teeth. I can't stand looking at you another minute.
so it's upstairs, into the bathroom, shut the door and
It was time to muck about.
plug in, taps on, psh, flick water at the mirror. Yes. 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 When a man was a kid, this is how they did it. Plug into a special jar of shaving soap. Now, I
Loved.
this shaving soap.
You held it up to the light.
It was all twinkly.
And if you smelt it, it was all... And then if you prodded it,
Oh, yeah. It was all squidgy.
yeah.
Hey!
I'm drilling for oil, yeah. In the morning, my dad goes to the bathroom to have a shave. To have a shave.
Plug in.
Taps on. The little brush in the water. Into the jar. He's thinking, how did that get there? How did the toothpaste get in my shaving soap? So he comes downstairs and he goes up to my brother, and he goes, Brian? Now, Brian?
How did the top of the toothpaste get in my shaving soap?
And my brother goes, oh, great heavens! So my dad comes up to me and he goes, and I go,
I don't know.
you see the difference? When my brother said I don't know,
His eyebrows were down there. He went, But when I said I don't know,
my eyebrows went up in the air.
The moment my eyebrows went up in the air,
My dad knew that I was lying. He says, look at your eyebrows. What? How can you your eyebrows?
The things Dad say. Look at your eyebrows.
He said,
Your eyebrows have gone up in the air, that means you're lying.
I said I'm not.
he said another thing.
Your voice has gone squeaky. What a giveaway.
And there's Mum, and I say,
What did you think you were doing?
Sticking the toothpaste in my shaving soap. And I said, Are you?
Yes, he is. Except he didn't say crazy in English. He said, Are you a crazy person in Yiddish? And to say that, you say, Are you?
Mashugana?
And it reminded him of something. Michael's big book of
Things, and in his mind he's turning back the pages.
bubbas, bubbas. And the room filled up with bubbas. There were bubbas flying round the room, and they were all pointing at me going, and then you stuck the toothpaste in your father's. Ay, 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 ay.